Ukrainian defenders repel Russian tank assault near Toretsk. The soldiers of the 28th Mechanized Brigade and supporting units of the Ukrainian Defense Forces successfully repelled a tank assault by Russian invaders near Toretsk in the Donetsk region. The press service of the 28th Mechanized Brigade reported on this and shared a video showcasing the intense combat operations. The military explained that, after months of relentless small group attacks in the Toretsk area, the Russians ultimately decided to make a decisive push, going all in. In the morning, soldiers of the 3rd Mechanized Battalion spotted 2 Russian barn tanks, accompanied by infantry, advancing towards Ukrainian positions on one of the front lines. With this small armored group, the Russians launched an assault, attempting to break through and push forward. However, the Ukrainian soldiers did not give them the opportunity. First, the enemy armored vehicles came under fire from Ukrainian artillery, and later the pilots of the Spalach Unmanned Systems Battalion of the Kurt & Company unit, RV of the 3rd Mechanized Battalion, and supporting units joined the fight. The FPV kamikaze drones and bombers targeted the invaders, dropping munitions on them. In the end, the entire Russian assault group was eliminated. One tank was completely destroyed, while the other was hit and rendered inoperable. The battle likely took place near the village of Delivka, Donetsk region. The Ukrainian soldiers themselves said it was a tough but well-executed operation. According to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the enemy launched 8 attacks in the Toretsk area, targeting the settlements of Delivka, Shcherbanivka, Toretsk, Ruzhin Yar, and moving towards Pleshchivka. Meanwhile, for first time in military history, Ukrainian ground drones stormed a Russian position and took prisoners. Troops of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade, whose press service released a video of the operation, performed the remote assault. The mission, which involved no infantry or casualties among Ukrainian personnel, was conducted in the Kharkiv region. In addition to ground robotic systems equipped with anti-tank mines, the strike included kamikaze aerial drones. This is the work of the NC-13 NRC unit from the DEUS EX-MAC BPS company of the 2nd Assault Battalion. And this is the first confirmed successful assault in modern warfare using exclusively unmanned platforms, the brigade reported. According to the unit, Russian fortifications were targeted by FPV drones and UGV loitering munitions. As a ground robot approached the destroyed dugout, Russian troops reportedly signaled their surrender to avoid being blown up. The Russians wrote a message on a piece of cardboard indicating they wanted to surrender, which Ukrainian forces identified via drone. 2 surviving Russian soldiers were then guided by aerial drones to Ukrainian lines and taken into custody. The 3rd Assault Brigade said that the use of coordinated drone strikes, both aerial and ground-based, enabled them to capture a position that had previously withstood 2 assaults by neighboring units. Ukrainian troops now controlled the enemy fortifications and the adjacent forest belt. The day before, soldiers of the 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade successfully repelled an enemy attack in the Toretsk sector, during which the occupiers used a so-called SAR tank with a mine trawl, which allows them to clear the way for further assaults, including on motorcycles. Fresh footage has been posted online, showing a detailed look at the enemy's monstrous equipment. It took about 60 FPV drones to destroy it, as it was extremely difficult to find a vulnerable spot. The commentary to the video reads, "Two key Ukrainian operations derailed Russian aspirations in the Donetsk region. and both were the result of impressive Ukrainian intelligence and impeccable operational timing. This is the story of how Russia's scheme to retake Pokrovsk literally blew up on the pad. Russia's plan for Pokrovsk was simple and brutal. The 8th Combined Arms Army, Moscow's spearhead in the east, was reinforced to a total of about 110,000 troops, with attached units of artillery, armor, mechanized infantry, and a significant stockpile of weapons, fuel, and supplies. Infiltrated into staging areas in occupied Donetsk, the 8th Army was massed for a push toward Pokrovsk. The attack was to be led by Colonel Ruslan Goryachkin, Putin's hand-picked commander. The offensive was to be supplied by a massive ammunition storage complex at Toretsk, just outside the city of Donetsk, containing tens of thousands of tons of ordnance. Toretsk was to be the principal stockpile of ammo for Russia's summer offensive. Colonel Goryachkin had all his eggs neatly stacked in one basket.
Все не добачилось.